Alright, so the green screen was acting funky for this video. I've tried everything I know to try and put something behind it. I've even tried just a white background. So, you know what? We just got a green background for this video. Deal with it.
Welcome.
We're still going?
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going running all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football.
All right, this episode is going to be goals for Auburn Tigers 2021 year, season, whatever you want to call it. My goals are from January to December 31st.
Unless we make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking shit.
Yeah, of course, that would be surpassing all the goals. But my first one is, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's a big name. Hire the right staff. Hire the right coordinators, the right position coaches. That's all I care about. I don't care about big names, because you could be a not big name, or a not a big name person or coach, and come in and recruit lights out. And Nick Saban does it all the time. I mean, nobody had ever heard of Tosh Lapoe before he got to Alabama, and he wound up being a hell of a recruiter. You know, so I don't care about the big names. I want the right staff in that's going to coach these kids hard, that's going to get the best, get 110% out of them every play.
Yeah, whoever it is.
That's every position. I don't care who it is. I see on the message boards a lot, Dale McGee. That would be great to get Dale McGee away from Georgia to where he's not recruiting against us, but I don't care. I really don't care if it's a big name coach.
Yeah,
I really don't care if they got Auburn ties.
Yeah, well, Chad Morris was a huge name before he got here, and we saw how that worked out.
It didn't. Well, in a COVID year, it didn't work out good.
Yeah, well, we saw also in the ball game, our offense was just as stagnant as it's always been.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who it is. I trust Brian Harsin. He can bring this quarterback coach from Boise State, make him the coordinator.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I mean, it's all about changing the mentality at Auburn. You know, I read an article, which I've known it since Gus has been at Auburn, to keep down on injuries. He never went good on good in practice, best on best, however you want to put it. He never went ones versus ones.
And that hurt us.
It was always ones versus twos. You know, to get better, you got to face the best.
Yeah.
Every day.
For our center to get the best, he had to face Derek Brown.
Yeah. I mean,
for our left tackle to get the best, he had to face Big Cat and Marlon Davidson.
Yeah, you know, that's what I want. As long as he brings in the right coaches. You know, everybody's talking Muschamp this, Muschamp that. I'm not a Muschamp fan.
You saw that if you saw the D coordinator video.
Yeah.
We went pretty hard on him.
I think it'll just be a stopgap job. And I don't want it to be that. I want to build some continuity, have our coordinators there, you know, for 4, 5, 6 years, you know.
And that's not to say that we don't want whoever comes in here to get a head coaching job. Obviously, if you come up through the coaching ranks, you probably want a head coaching job.
Yeah, you want. If
Kevin Steele wasn't just here just to be here.
Right. I mean,
they're trying to live
if other programs are coming trying to cherry pick your staff, that means you're winning.
Yeah.
You know.
Nick Saban's not hiring low-level D coordinators.
Yeah.
And not expect when he got Kirby Smart, he expected him to eventually leave. When he got Lane Kiffin, he expected him eventually to get a head coaching job.
Yeah.
Same thing with Sark.
Yeah.
He knew those guys were going to eventually leave.
Right. But anyhow, that's my first one.
Obviously, this is kind of going to be in like order from.
Yeah.
This is the first thing you need to cause the second thing we want to ensue.
All right. Second is recruit offensive line. I don't care if that's getting transfers. I don't care if that's getting JUCOs. We got to get a better offensive line.
And that's just this year, obviously. That's just this year recruiting offensive line.
Yes.
We don't want this to become a Gus thing where it's just strictly.
Right.
JUCOs.
I mean, there are still some good offensive linemen coming out of high school that have not signed, that you could possibly flip.
Yeah.
There's still some that aren't even committed that you could possibly get. It's a long shot, but
if we could just pull one.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3-ish.
Yeah, take your run at them and finish this class out around 27-ish, no lower than 32nd in the rankings,
Yeah.
I call that a win.
I don't care about the ranking. I care about
Well, if you're up in the top 30, top 25, that means you've recruited quality.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't necessarily care about the number as much as I care about the players we get.
Yeah.
Which it obviously is ratioed out by the number, but if we have a bunch of 3 stars, you know, that'll work for me. Just this year, if we flip a couple corners.
I don't care about the star power. I really don't.
I know, but like to get your ranking up, you have to have the star, like the 3, 4, 5 star.
I
Like
understand that.
A few 3-star offensive linemen throughout the rest of the recruiting process, that'll work.
Obviously, if a kid is transferring from a big school and he was a highly touted recruit, he's transferring for a reason.
Yeah.
He didn't wind up panning out. He wasn't good enough to take the starting job. So therefore, you know, it could be that maybe that particular coaching staff couldn't tap into what he did best, or he was like Justin Fields, you know, he went to that school and he did not fit that offense.
Or the coach didn't want him.
Yeah, or, you know, he got called something at that school that he didn't like, so that's why he left. Anyhow, there's always a reason for kids transferring. I strongly believe we're going to have some on our team transfer. You know, that's just the way life is.
Maybe Worm, or I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think of other ones. If Tank leaves, like I don't think he's going to leave. I've heard that he's not going to leave. But maybe some receivers, because we got a pretty stacked young receiver core. Maybe some of them will leave.
It may be. We'll just have to wait and see. You know, and that's my next thing. My next one is Brian Harsin. He's got to try to keep this group, this nucleus together, while bringing in some more talent.
Yeah.
I understand you have kids transfer every year from your program. That's just a part of life.
Well,
I mean, you
draft.
only have 11 spots on offense, defense, special teams. You only have 11. You know, so somebody's going to transfer every year. You see it in every big-time program. Somebody transfers every year. You know, but if he can keep the core of this team together, I think that's a win.
Yeah. As long as none of our big guys leave, I don't think it's really a problem. Like if
Excuse me.
if you remember the name, we were just talking about him earlier, the backup quarterback Garrett.
Shalil Garrett.
Yeah, he might leave because you know
I don't look for him to leave. I look for him to try and push Bo.
Yeah, but it's like we haven't heard anything about him, and he's a redshirt freshman, and Bo's a sophomore who technically still has 4 years of eligibility left. This year doesn't count. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever, 3 years.
Whatever. It doesn't really matter. He might leave to go get a job, you know, with like Malik Willis did. I think Worm might transfer. You know, he's a Gus guy.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get into the names. We're probably going to have a lot of guys leave. Maybe through either graduation, draft. Seth Williams, I expect him to leave.
I would really, if I was advising him, I'd advise him to stay.
I mean, he's looking at into the first round, beginning of the second round right now, possibly just because based off his size and his hands.
Well, maybe, but
you know that.
I think if he stayed and played in Harsin's system, his knowledge of the route tree would go up.
Yeah, but you got to look at injuries.
I mean, I'm not hating if he leaves, he leaves.
Yeah.
I understand it.
Like, he's not saying anything about don't go get your money. Obviously, if you're above a third-round projection, you go get your money. That's how I look at it. But keeping the nucleus together, obviously, big.
Yeah.
Mark Anthony Richards is already gone. If Sean Shivers leaves, we're down to DJ Williams, Tank Bigsby, and freshmen.
Whoever
Low-level
we
transfers.
could get.
Yeah, and low-level transfers. And with DJ's injury history and Tank getting hurt last year. We don't know. But obviously, keeping the nucleus together, big deal. Keep the recruiting class together, big deal. Sorry about the bad camera angles.
All right, the next one is, I forget all of our offs. I think we start off with Akron.
Yeah.
And then we go to Penn State, and then it's like Alabama A&M, Alabama State. I forget who.
That's our non-conference games.
Yeah, beat Penn State.
And with the way they
Be
look.
very not beat. I don't necessarily think he has to beat Penn State. Be competitive. Go up to Happy Valley and be competitive.
Don't let the record this past year fool you. It was a bad year for them. But they are still, like, insanely talented.
Yeah, they're very good. And they always recruit well. They're always well coached. But go up to Happy Valley and be very competitive. Beat one of the big rivals. Beat Georgia, beat LSU, beat Alabama. Beat one of them.
Yeah, I expect at least 5 conference wins. And at least 1 or 2 big-time ones. Alabama, Georgia, LSU.
Yeah, I think out of the rest of them, Texas A&M, depending on what they bring back this year, I don't know if they're going to be as good next year. It could be a toss-up game, but
Jimbo's one heck of a coach.
yeah, there is no way that South Carolina should even be in the ball game against Auburn.
Yeah, Shane's at the beginning of his term there.
Ole Miss, I look for it to be a hard battle, but I put that as a win every year.
Depending on who they bring in as their next DC, if they get an next DC, like you got to get a new defense coordinator.
Mississippi State, I don't look for them to be that much trouble. Arkansas, they're getting better, but I don't think they're there yet. So.
None of these, no matter what team it is in the SEC, you can never guarantee a win, though.
No, you can't, but.
Unless you're Vanderbilt. Then you guarantee yourself a win.
But that's my next one. I guess somewhere between 7 and 9 wins. I'll be happy.
Yeah. Same here.
Finish the regular season above 500.
I don't expect some insane miracle year next year like it was with Gus his first year. I expect bare minimum 7 wins. Otherwise, there's going to be some problems.
Yeah, but just like with Gus, it was year 4, 5 into his tenure before I started saying this ain't going to work out. We need to fire him.
Yeah. Since I think 2015 was probably a year that I started, like, this isn't working. I think about a year later, you were like hard on, we need to fire him.
Yeah.
But I jumped to conclusions a lot then. But like it was bad. It was really bad.
I tried to give a coach 3-4 years before I grade the hire, and you could see 3-4 years into Gus's tenure, he was not good at recruiting talent on the offensive line. I mean,
he did get great guys. He didn't develop them.
He started relying way too heavily on transfers.
Yeah. Even at quarterback, like you can't just pull a rabbit out your hat and get a great JUCO quarterback all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
he drew a lucky draw 3 times. Once as an offense coordinator, 2 as a head coach.
Yeah.
Then he brought in a true freshman, started him immediately, which was a bad idea with Bo.
It worked out. I mean,
Bo looked terrible. He looked great, and then he looked terrible. Then he looked great again. Then he looked terrible again.
Bo is very good at home, very average on the road.
Yeah, I think his touchdown interception ratio was like half and half away.
Yeah.
So I expect that's another resolution or whatever you want to call this video. Bo needs to get better.
I think, now this is just me, I think when Gus was there, it was like Bo knew he wasn't going to get pulled.
Yeah.
No matter what. He knew he was the man. I think with Harsin, you're going to have to earn your job every day.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be. At the best programs in the country, nothing is given, everything is earned.
I believe Jalen Hurts won a national championship, then he got benched. Because Nick Saban knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick Saban also, he allows his coordinators like you said a while ago, he lets each position put the best guys on the field.
Yeah.
Quarterback coach works with the quarterback every day. Running back coach works with the running backs every day. They make the depth chart. Offensive line, 5 best on the field. Gus did not let his guys do that. And I believe Harsin will let his guys do that.
I believe so. But if you like the video, hit the like, subscribe. We're still trying to get to 100, I believe.
88.
Woo! 12 away. Come on. We need 12 people. Please.
If you hate us, just unsubscribe later.
Yeah.
Or don't. Or Eagle. Selena, go! Stop!